Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I have picked up a new frame, and it's been a while since I picked up some frames, but this one I've been wanting to pick back up for the longest time. Now I've had this one previously, but not that exact one. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. So this is from iFlight. It's called the iFlight iX5 V2 5-inch. See, V2 is the big telltale sign. And the first version of this that I had the foam insert, or it had the foam inside. That's how it was, the composite version. I forgot what it was called anyways. But I loved that one so much. I think I had an ass guard in it, the Airbot ass guard, and I also had what is it, I had some, I think, Racer Star 2306 2400 kV, and oh my god, I loved that quad so much. I flew it to basically pieces. That's how much I loved it. It just flew so good. And at the time, I also had a Frog running Emax 2306 2400 kV. I could tell the little bit of torque difference between them, but for some reason, I really enjoyed flying this one more because I just felt like I got a little bit more flight time because of its because of the motors, and its overall flight characteristics are just absolutely awesome. So this version is the full carbon fiber version. The previous version that I had was the foam insert, or it had foam in the middle, and it was good. It held up very well. It broke like any other frame would break, but this is just taking it to a whole new level. So that's very good. There isn't much flex into it. The other one kind of did have some flex, but compared to this, this is absolutely phenomenal. As we can tell, some of them are tapered in, and it's very simple to set up. They give you everything here. Just 4 standoffs. And you just put your top plate on, and you're good to go. That's it, really. And you get your camera side plates. There we go. I thought I was missing one for a second. So yeah, they'd go like this or like this. I forgot which way. I think like this. They'd go backwards, like that, and then we install it. So let's just install it together real quick here, since we can do that. So this thing was flying really nice. The flight characteristics I could totally vouch for. And I really missed it. Like, I really did miss the flight characteristics of it. And I am thinking of redoing another build exactly like that, which is an ass guard and the Emax 2306 2400 kV, or just a new Racer Star. Sorry, not Emax, new Racer Star motors for this setup, because it was just awesome. It was really awesome. I used to fly it so much because of its characteristics. And another thing, it didn't need much tuning. At the time when I first built it. I don't know if this one's gonna need a little bit of tuning, but lately not a lot of things need a lot of tuning, actually, especially the Frog. The Frog is just a beast out of the box. I'm planning on another Frog build, as you can tell right here. Lately I just bought a bunch of them from Transtec, so I just told them don't put them with the boxes. I don't really need the boxes. Kind of dropped the price down on me a little bit, but just because I love that frame, I just stock up on it. I don't even sell it. It's just for me. It's that's how much I freaking love it. And this is one of those other frames, but it's been so long now since I've actually flown this frame, so I have no idea how it's going to perform compared to everything else that I've been flying and using. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it's going to basically perform. I'm really excited. That's one thing, like really excited. I'm planning on doing a super budget build, but to be honest, no matter how budget I go, but you know, a proper budget, you know, I can go find the cheapest stuff online and build a quad, but the amount of headache, especially for a new person, is really not worth it. And I think we've mapped out some of the best budget components you can possibly get. I mean, but they're actually premium, but are just a budget price, and they perform phenomenal. So that's something, you know, I can never break the $160 point. It's just around between $160 to $170. So that's something, you know, the best frame, which even in that is like a $27 frame, which is also the Frog. This is $10 a bit more expensive here, but yeah, that's about it really. But overall, you know, this frame is just really good. I really love it. I really miss it too, but I wish they just cleaned it a little bit more here. So yeah. And yeah, by the way, if you don't know, I totally recommend these. I'll leave a link to these down below. They're just always sitting next to me. I mean, you really can't be a quad builder without these, because some quads come with crappy hardware. And when you strip it, imagine stripping one of these and it's just stuck in there. But this one is fine. It's forgiving, because you could take the bottom screw out and you're good to go. But there's other frames where you have like a nut holding the arms in place. That arm is going to be there forever, and if it tends to get loose, it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to figure out a way to get it out. So basically we're done setting it up. It was just that simple. And I think the weight is obviously a very important factor. They give you these landing skids if you wanted to use them. I used to use them, but the reason why I used to use them is because I was doing these in the house, and I would put it on the floor to, you know, start up the motors and checking them, and it was just, you know, yeah, it was very noisy for the neighbors. So that's why I used to put those on, but now I really don't care. I don't have any neighbors here. So let's get its weight real quick, because that's very important. To be honest, it's not really important for me. I mean, as long as it doesn't pass 110 gram mark, then you're basically good. But if you're racing, then that's, you know, that's a completely different topic. But if you're just an average flyer, 82 grams, that's, you know, that doesn't really matter. It's just awesome weight. It's a very good weight for this. The GoPro mounting also is super cool. I really like it. It's kind of well thought out, because when I set this up, you know, you have a little notch right there, a little hole. I stick one zip tie here to hold the front basically, and then the other one would come around the back here and hold it into place. And this can be used both as a top mount and a bottom mount. However, I fly it as a bottom mount. But I guess you can fit a battery up top here. Let's double check here. You would have to route your VTX backwards somehow. And yeah, you could totally do it if you're not going to put a GoPro. See, as you can tell, there's no more room for the GoPro, but you could totally have this up like this in the air. But I usually stick with bottom mount on this, and it flies phenomenal. Even though top mount for some reason just does feel a lot better. You know, I don't disagree on that. I have the Xt60 I think iFlight. I love it. It's my ESC testing quad. But there's just something about this one that just brings back memories, and I just used to love it so much, and I really want to recreate that build and enjoy it with a stronger frame now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get actually the thickness of the arms, or the bottom plate. Now some people might not like this since it's a one-piece bottom plate, but you know, it's a love-hate relationship. You know, I really can't say much. You know, some people are going to complain, but it's up to you at the end, you know, and what your budget allows you to get. I like this. I have no problem with a single piece bottom plate or separate arms. Sometimes I used to, I'll prefer one piece bottom plates. That's because I don't break as much. But I mean, if you're constantly breaking, then yeah, I'd probably go with one that takes arms. But then you also want to see if the arms are always available or not. So that's a whole other different story. But for me, I really love this. It's just simple to build, and you don't have anything getting loose. For example, if one arm started getting loose and you really didn't notice it, and you just kept getting oscillations, and you just, you know, started blaming stuff. It's the motor, it's the ESC. So you always check your screws, you know, no matter how hard or whatever you use. For example, like some kind of a thread locker. Sometimes they do tend to get loose, actually. One time my motor just flew off my quad. I'll show you that quad later on. It was the Simplex, I think. Split level with Brother Hobby R4 2700 kV Asgard. It was beautiful. I put the Nazgul props on there, and it basically, I went full throttle, and they have such a high pitch, and you know, people said they weren't good. They were decent. They were just like, I got a couple for free, and I said, what the hell, I'm gonna use them. I punched out, and basically the pitch, and they're just so stiff, those props, that basically my motor just came off the quad. It was crazy. But I don't know if I got any damage. That's why I haven't really looked into it. I don't want to rebuild it. Next thing you know, something is damaged, and I plug it in, I fry other 4 motors or something. I really don't know what happened to it. So yeah, I haven't really checked into it too. So overall, this is a very nice flying quadcopter from my personal experience, and this is the reason why I also picked up another one, because I just want another one because it flew so good. I'm actually going to go look for the broken one. I know I saved the motor somewhere. I broke one motor through that last crash. So we're just going to put new motors. I do have some more. Well, I have the new Emaxes. Maybe we could test those out on this guy. I think that'll be a great idea, actually. I have some Emax motor, HGLRC motors. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll make like a little post where you guys can decide which one. But overall, I do recommend this frame here. Some people, you know, might not really like it because it's single piece bottom plate, but it does have great motor protection. It really saved a couple of my motors. Not that much, but it's still pretty damn decent. You do have enough space to add your ESCs here if you're not a 4-in-1 ESC guy. You also have plenty of space inside, and it does not fit micro cameras, so you're gonna have to stick to the HS 1177 type cameras, the size or form factor. And it does have pretty good, holes to set up some kind of VTX here, whatever you want. You could do You have to get creative like you usually do. Usually I just put double side tape and stick it up here and I'm good to go. And it's this one I get from Tesco. Holy crap, this thing is crazy. It's called Tessa. I don't know. But this thing will break the SMA port before the VTX would come off. Unless it's below 0, then this starts acting. Everything starts acting really weird. So yeah, but I mean in hot weather and everything, it's basically like glue. So I really do love that double side tape. I don't have a link for it, but yeah, you get it from Tesco if you're in Europe. I'd probably get some like this in the US too easily. I mean, there's more selection in the US as I remember than here in Europe. Here it's very limited, so it's like a hit and miss with everything really. So overall, it's a good quadcopter, very beautiful flight characteristics, and I really did love it, and that's the reason why I picked up another one. And I just thought I'd make a little video on it. So yeah, we'll be building this one very soon, and that's a promise because I really do miss this one. And maybe we might make it like a, I don't know, something to do, something fun to do with it. I have no idea because there's a lot of space, and yeah, and that's it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to check out this frame, I'll have a link down below. You can go ahead and check it out, and these tools also if you want to check those out, and some of the things that I recommend that I've tested and found to be very good. They'll be linked down below. And that's it, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please, if you like this content, please consider joining my Patreon. Just $1 or $2 goes an absolute long way to keeping the channel up. And that's it, guys. Peace out.